Alrighty, so in today's video, I'm going to show you two skills which you should practically learn, and this applies to everyone, okay? Like, I don't care if you have an agency, I don't care if you work for a 9 to 5, I don't care if you have a business, I don't care if you're a solo creator or like a solopreneur. These are the two skills you're going to need to learn, and at some point you're going to come across a roadblock, and these skills are going to allow you to overcome these roadblocks. So this video is not going to be long. I'm going to keep it under 10 minutes because I tend to waffle a lot and I don't like doing that, okay? So I'm going to squeeze as much as I can within 10 minutes. So for all you guys who have a short attention span, you know, this is for you. And also before we start, subscribe to my Instagram if you haven't, because if you're not, what are you doing? Okay, so now there's two skills you're going to have to learn at some point, whether you're a business owner or solo creator. And you know, if you are working for a 9 to 5, you know, you do need to learn these skills. Read it in your spare time if you have any. Instead of watching TV, instead of playing video games, like being a virgin, like just stop it. So pick up a new skill. So the two skills that I'm talking about is essentially sales and copywriting. Now, they fall under the same category as human psychology. And human psychology is something that you need to learn. If you have a product or you have a service and you're trying to sell something, whether it's in person or online, you need to learn human psychology, and I cannot emphasize this enough, okay? You need to learn human psychology. So I'm going to start off with the first one, which is sales, okay? So sales is the ability to sell a product or service in person, okay? Or it could be on the phone, it could be on a Zoom call, but usually it's from voice to voice or face to face. So why do you guys need to learn sales, okay? Why is it so important? Is it necessary? Yes, it is necessary. Simply put it, you could be the smartest man in the world, okay? You could be a freaking Einstein for all I care about. But if you don't know how to communicate effectively your ideas to another person and convince them that your ideas or your product or your service is something of value, then you're never going to make money in the end. So yes, you could be an intellectual person with a high IQ, I don't know, you know, Einstein, you could be Nikola Tesla, whatever. But if you can't sell the idea to other people, then there's no use of that brain of yours. The reason you need to learn sales is because you're learning the soft skills behind it, which is listening, persuasion, negotiation, communication, okay? Now, first of all, listening is so important. Now, in sales, you never want to be the one to talk the most. You want to let the prospect talk the most. You want to let them spill all the garbage, all their insecurities, all their desires, God knows what. But you want to let them talk, make them feel important. And you do this by asking questions and you listen to what they say. Because 9 times out of 10, when you keep asking questions, they're going to make a Freudian slip. And that Freudian slip is what you use against them to make the sale. They'll spill out an insecurity, they'll spill out a problem, they'll spill out an issue that they're having. And that's what you use against them to make the sale. Does that make sense? I understand you're not a genius like me, which is fine. So you're not going to learn all this in one day. It took me 3 years to learn sales, and I'm still learning at this time because it's ever evolving. And the next one is persuasion, okay? It's the same point I made before. Persuasion is essentially the ability to sell your ideas to another person. Now, you can persuade via calling, via Zoom calls, or in person, okay? You need to be persuasive, which basically means you need to groom yourself, look good, speak well, have good tonality, be confident. These are very persuasive traits that someone must have in order to sell. And also you need charisma, okay? You're not gonna be charismatic as me, which is fine. I understand that, but you will learn. And you're going to learn this in a couple of ways, which I'll show you how a bit later on, okay? Next one is negotiation. Now, most of the times, some of the people that you meet are going to be cheap fucks, okay? They're gonna be cheap fucks. They want everything at the lowest price. And if you're Asian, this is especially popular in Asian culture where everyone wants the cheapest price, right? So you're gonna have to deal with that. How are you going to deal with that? Is by negotiation. You need to learn how to negotiate. You need to learn how to stick by your price and learn some negotiation techniques like anchoring, and learn to say no to some bullshit pricing which someone may throw out at you and disrespects your product or service, okay? So you need to learn negotiation. And lastly is communication. Now, you know, this does fall under listening a little bit, but communication, you need to speak effectively, concise, clean. You know, when I'm making this video, I make a lot of edits because I stutter a lot. But when I'm in the moment, if I'm like in a sales call, I'm flowing. Like I'm just talking, you know, I'm listening, I'm using the right words, the right tonality. These things are built over time, okay? And the more you do it, the more you will learn, the easier it becomes. And this is very effective even if you have a 9 to 5. Because if you want to get that promotion or you want to get another job and you're with a higher salary, You need to learn these skills on how to sell yourself, okay? Now, use cases. When can you use this? Like I said before, you can do it when you're 9 to 5. Or if you have a service or a product that you're selling, if you're a business owner, you can supplement it with another skill. For example, let's just say I do web design. I make some stunning websites. I make your website stand out amongst the competitors. But me saying it is not enough. I need to convince you on how to say it. I need to convince you that my web design skills are good, right? And so a client might come to you and look at your portfolio and say, okay, it's amazing, let's jump on a call, right? But if you jump on a call and you don't know how to sell, and if you don't know how to really convince your prospect that you're the guy for the job, you're gonna lose a sale and you're gonna fall apart, okay? So it doesn't matter what skill that you have, you can always supplement sales on top of it, which then leads you to 3 options, okay? You sell a product, you can freelance, you can do web design skills for just 1 person, 2 person, or you become an agency where you can become a web design agency. So this is just an example. You can switch web design for like coding. I had so many information on top of my head, I just forgot it all. The point is learn sales. It's easy as that, okay? Now, another thing about sales is that it's not only linked to your work life, it's so linked to your personal life, I cannot even fathom it, okay? I always say it to everyone, sales is like dating. Okay, literally some everyday uses for sales is relationships. You need to convince that your wife needs to cook because she's not cooking good food. She's cooking cold ass chicken and you don't want to offend her. So you need to learn how to convince her to make good ass fucking chicken. Okay, we're in 2024. You can't really slap her anymore. So you need to use words, persuasive words and emotional, not manipulation, but emotional persuasion. Next up is convincing your friend. Your friend might be a little bitch, doesn't want to come out on a night out. It is what it is, but you want to party and he's like, no, I don't want to party. So what you have to do is you have to sell the outcome of the night out. You don't sell what the night is going to be. You sell the outcome of what it could be, okay? So you sell the benefits, not the features. Same as convincing a friend to come on a night out. Like I said before, it's like dating. Just, if you want to learn how to date and talk to girls and go and just even get girls in the first place, you learn sales because they're literally like this. I kid you not, they're literally like this. Sales and dating are so intertwined. In sales, if you look needy, the prospect's going to smell it and they're going to walk away. In dating, if you look needy, the girl's going to see it and you're going to walk away, okay? You need to look like you don't give a fuck. And that's the best way to go in dating or sales. That's how you get the prospect or the girl. Simple. Some books that you need to read for some sales. Some books that you need to read and which helped me better my sales skills is number 1, Brian Tracy, Psychology of Selling. It's the easiest book you can learn. It's the base learning of selling. If you don't know where to start, this is the book for you. Literally it covers everything. Next up is How to Win Friends and Influence People. You need to be likable. If you're not likable, people are not going to buy from you. Remember one little tip in sales, people buy from people they like. Okay, so read this book and you'll become likable. And lastly, if you want to learn how to negotiate, you learn Never Split the Difference. Like I said before, you need to learn the anchoring skills. You need to learn how to position yourself in negotiation, when to talk, when not to talk. This book will teach you all. Okay, learn these 3 books. Okay, so the second skill that you need to learn is copywriting, okay? This is so important in the digital age, okay? Most people are starting e-commerce businesses or they're starting a service business or online business, whatever it is, okay? You need to learn copywriting. And why is that? Because every word on that page needs to sell, which means you're learning copywriting. Essentially what copywriting is selling in written form, okay? The psychology behind copywriting and sales is very similar, but copywriting in a sense is a bit more different because you need to learn to use sales in word form, okay? Now, let's just say you're some average Joe with an average 9 to 5, okay? This is the possibility you can learn with just copywriting alone, okay? So let's just get into it. The first one is, if you don't like your 9 to 5, you can literally just start selling ghostwriting services. Now you go on Twitter, you go on X, you see this a big billion times. A load of people are having ghostwriting services and they're making good money from it. Why? Because they learned copywriting. The next skill is email marketing. A lot of e-commerce businesses, a lot of creators, a lot of coaches, they don't know how to email market, okay? And the skill that you need to learn for email marketing is essentially copywriting. Everyone still uses emails, believe it or not. I use it every day. But it's not only 60-year-olds and 70-year-olds. If you look at the statistics, majority of people open their emails daily, okay? The next skill you can learn is ad copy. So a lot of the times when you go on Instagram Reels, you see these ads. Don't lie to me, they're shit. I know they're shit because I've analyzed them myself, I've funnel hacked them myself. They're crap, they're garbage, okay? And you need someone who knows copywriting to come in and make the VSLs, make the scripts, make the ad copy, and make it in a way that grabs the reader's attention for you to click a link or buy a product or service. Everyone nowadays is trying to steal your attention, and the best way to steal your attention or learn to steal someone else's attention is copywriting, because then you understand human psychology and you understand what gets people hooked on a certain video or platform. And lastly is landing pages. So whenever you're doing ad copy, let's just say you come across a reel, there'll be a link, click the link, it'll go to a landing page, and that landing page will sell everything with testimonials, urgency, all these type of factors involved. I'm not gonna get into it, but you can sell this as a service alone, and that's what I do. Now, if you're a business owner and you learn copywriting, and you can do all these services yourself, which means you can save a lot of money and the profit margins will be much higher, which leads us to 3 options. What can you do with copywriting? Number 1, you can sell a product or service, so e-commerce. You can do copywriting for your website, copywriting for your emails, copywriting for your landing page specifically, or your product description, your about page, or you can go into freelancing and sell copywriting on its own, whether it be ghostwriting, email marketing, or whatever. Or you can start an agency, which is basically got employees underneath you, and you just have a higher profits basically, okay? That's what you can do with it. Now, the 3 books that you need to learn, and I've not gone too much into this myself. I've read Cash Advertising, but the 4 books you need to learn or read. It's .com Secrets. You need to learn that. You need to fucking read that, okay? I'm watching you. You better buy it. You need to read Cash Advertising. This will give you basic understanding of what copywriting is and some psychology concepts behind it, and the Copywriter's Handbook and the Adobe Copywriting Handbook, right? These are the 4 books you need to read. Cash Advertising is free. You can get a free PDF on Google. So this is the first one I recommend everyone read. Skim through it, it's 200 pages, and then you can buy anything else on top of that. So guys, all these books are going to be linked in the comments below, so you have no excuse to buy it, okay? If you want to get better in sales, and you want to get better in copywriting, and you want to make more fucking money, you need to get these books, read it, and implement it, and take action. It's currently 2024, and whatever skill that you have, you need to start adding skills on top and start skill stacking. The more skills you learn and the more skills that you develop over a long time, the more unique you're going to be, which means the more you can charge your prices or your services. It doesn't matter if you're on a 9 to 5, it doesn't matter if you're a service-based business or a product-based business. It doesn't matter if you're in high school, if you're in college. It doesn't matter what age that you are. Learn these 2 skills, and not only will it affect your personal life, it will affect your business life, and it will take you far, and I promise you that for a fact. So guys, if you want to learn more about sales and copywriting and all this stuff for free, because let's just say you don't want to buy a book because you're brokey and you don't want to learn and you don't want to take your life seriously, but you want to take it semi-seriously, then what you want to do is go to the link in my bio and sign up to my newsletter. Essentially, I'm going to talk about all this stuff in further detail, and with more of a comedic effect, okay? Because I'm not a very serious guy. I like to fuck about a lot. I like to joke around. I'm not like those serious corporate twats you see in London and shit. I ain't one of those guys. My newsletters are gonna be fun. So if you wanna sign up, you can do so, link in bio, it's free. And I will see you in the next video, okay? Peace.